What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. I have a thought on my mind, and I kind of want to do a follow up on the video that I did when I was talking about how I'm getting tired of black men, embarrassing and basically talking trash about our black women, in front of the whole world, right? And I just want to elaborate on a few points, as I've been talking to people in the comments section who do not agree with me, and they think it's okay for men to, bash women on the internet for the world to see. Now, this is what I want to explain to men, all right? Because it seems that some of our men forgot how to actually be men, right? And I've seen this in actual relationships where you see two young people that get together, right? And the man, because a lot of boys are growing up without their fathers, so they don't have a good example of how a man is supposed to be towards a woman, right? And if they're raised by their mother, they tend to slide on the side of acting like a female, right? Being argumentative, always fighting. That's why all those thugs and stuff, oh, you stepped on my shoe, and all the fighting in school, all the chaos in our communities is because we have men who don't know how to be men. They don't know how to use their masculinity, at all, right? They're operating with feminine energy. And people think that's toxic masculinity, but in actuality, it's feminine energy because they only know how to be females because they grew up just watching their mother, who usually that generation was already messed up. You see, we're suffering from this is the result of the conditions that we've been put in, and so I don't really blame us all individually. It's the conditions we've been put in, and our family has been broken, so our men don't know how to act like men, and our women, some of our women don't know how to act like women, right? So you're having two feminine energies battle each other. And we all know we all don't know. That's why I'm making this video. Now, what's my qualifications? I've been married for 15 years successfully. How many people can say that? How many YouTubers, who give this type of advice? And the thing is, I'm not a manosphere dude. I don't really dive into this. But I can say one or two things because, like I said, I got 15 years of marriage to a black African American woman who is a fourth generation Nigerian, but she's definitely an African American woman. All right, she's part, like her mother's side is fourth generation Nigerian, or father's side from here. African American, original FBA for all intents and purposes. What I want to explain to you is dealing with women, right? It's like dealing with a wife, right, or a girlfriend, right? As a man. And as a man, when you utilize your masculinity, you got to understand how to operate with your masculinity towards your opposite, your female energy, right? So you have to understand that the female energy is chaotic. It's strong and it's chaotic. Women operate on emotion. They don't think the same way as men do, and they're not supposed to. They're the nurturers, right? They're the ones who use their intelligence is within the emotional spectrum, which is just as important as the males who operate on logic, right? Logic is not more important than emotions, but men operate on the logical spectrum. Women operate on the emotional spectrum. Even though they have the capability of operating logically, it's not what they naturally do because they're not built to do that, right? They operate, they have a job in nature, right? And we have a job in nature. Logically, we're supposed to figure out how to go hunt that beast, kill it, bring it back alive, and feed our families. The female is supposed to be able to nurture, hold a baby, nurture, and take care of and nurture that masculine energy, right? So when a man goes out and deals with the harshness of life, he's supposed to find a partner where he can go back to who has that feminine energy, who can reinforce that he's doing that for a reason. Somebody who can recharge his masculine battery. You understand? So that's what our females are supposed to do. But understand the female spectrum is way more chaotic, right? And us men operating on the female spectrum is a problem because we're too strong, we're too big and deadly to be operating on that emotional spectrum. That's why you got these big, giant male feminine men getting out here getting shot because they don't know how to act during situations when they're dealing with the police, when they're dealing with other males, when they're dealing with other females. That's why when you see young couples where the man never had a father figure and never had an example of how a man's supposed to treat his wife, and they get together. Usually it happens when they get pregnant and they have a baby, and then they have to deal with a third individual that starts to take their attention. That's when the relationship breaks up because the man is arguing with the woman like a woman. You can't meet a feminine energy. A man cannot meet a woman on the and battle her on the emotional spectrum. That's because the women, all she's gonna do is amp up. If you try to battle your woman, if you try to out argue your woman, out scream your woman, out disrespect your woman, she's going to come at you and she's going to continue to drop nukes and bombs on you. And it doesn't have to be rational because she's not thinking rationally. What she's thinking is, I'm going to destroy you because you're trying to destroy me. It's all emotion, right? Some men don't understand this. That's why you got people like Sotomayor, right? I mean, what was that? Tommy Sotomayor. He is a really big feminine man. Everything about him says female energy, right? So he goes out here, he disrespects black women because he gets his feelings hurt by women, right? He's gotten his feelings hurt by women. So he decided he's going to continuously hurt females' feelings, right? By coming online and making a career out of disrespecting black women in front of the entire world. He'll go in front of white people, Asian people, Spanish people, and disrespect his black woman. That's how far he is into his feelings. He's not masculine at all. He has no stoicness at all. And anybody who follows him and all his minions are basically duplicating that female energy, right? So what I'm telling you guys, if you learn how to utilize your masculine energy, and by using that masculine energy, you need to be stoic. Understand? Stoic. You need to not be so emotional. You have to allow your woman to talk about her grievances, and you can't be reacting, right? Because once you react, if you react the same way she react, the conversation is over. There is no conversation. So arguing with your woman or disrespecting your black woman is not going to make her change, right? There's one thing to have a constructive conversation. And there are some guys out there that know how to have a constructive conversation without purposely disrespecting or hurting the woman's feelings. You just can't do it. You can't allow the black woman and her female energy to antagonize your ego. Because once your ego is affected and you allow your ego to take over, then you're just being a female. And there's just two females fighting. Have you ever seen two females fight? They just lose it, right? They're not thinking about nothing. They're feeling it, right? And if you notice, most of these guys, they're feeling. You see the emotions on these guys who come on and they really enjoy getting one over on the female. They really enjoy seeing a black woman fall. They really enjoy being in that argument. They're enjoying it, right? Because either they weren't the pick when they were younger, and it has to be true. And look, in the law of nature, everybody's not going to get picked. That's just what it is. And that's with every look, on the animal kingdom, not every male can get the mate. All right. You're either not attractive enough, right? They're not attracted to you, right? Or something like that. Or maybe you don't have the personality that they're looking for, especially if you got all that female energy, right? Now, on the woman's side, because the man hasn't been in the house, because our family has been destroyed, some women don't know what a good man looks like. So they go off and pick men that are feminine because they think that's masculine, right? So they go pick the thug. They go pick the Pookie and Ray Ray. The Pookie and Ray Ray is a female in a man's body. So you got these two female energies, zero balance. Zero balance is nothing but chaos. You ever seen lesbian relationships? You notice that most of them don't work out because at the end of the day, there's still two female energies. That's why it's so chaotic, right? So what I'm telling you as a man with experience, 15 years of marriage, I've dealt with my share of arguing with my wife, thinking that I can out-argue her, thinking I can out-scream or all that stuff. And I learned over the many years of trials and tribulations, that shit don't never work. Sometimes you just got to let them say what they're going to say. And the detractor will say, well, they've been talking shit about us on the internet for a long time and they embarrass us and they do all these things. Well, okay, yes, they do. Some of them do. And guess what? Those women, they should be left to the wayside because they're lonely and they're sad. And they're going to stay lonely and sad. And no amount of their shit talking is going to make a man come to them. As a matter of fact, they seal their fate when they come online talking shit about men. I mean, they'll never get one after that, right? And you really shouldn't worry about them because they're going to go off to the wayside. Because there's plenty of females out there that are waiting for good men. But keep in mind, a lot of females don't know what a good man looks like. So it's up to us men who are supposed to be the leaders. Keep in mind, a lot of y'all want to be the leaders, right? You want to lead, but you have to learn how to lead. A female is naturally not going to lead a feminine man. She's not going to let a feminine man lead her, right? She's not going to let a man have no ambition in life lead her. And she shouldn't, because a female's job is to find the best mate to produce the best offspring for the survival of her genetic pool. Every female creature on this planet does the same thing. They're going to pick the best of the best of the best of what they have to pick from, right? So as us men, we need to make ourselves better picks for those women. We need to get ourselves in shape. We need to learn what it is to be a man. If you never had a father, you need to find a father figure. You need to find somebody that knows how to be a man. Being a man and being masculine doesn't always mean flexing your physical power over a woman. It doesn't mean using your masculine ability to scream louder with your bass on a woman. It doesn't mean using all your energy to make videos and talking shit as manly as you possibly can to women. That doesn't do anything. Doesn't accomplish anything. Doesn't accomplish any goals. All it does is continue the chaos that is ensuing. You ever seen movies where a woman would be upset, right? And she will run up to the man and start beating his chest, right? That's an allegory. The woman, the chaotic woman who's upset and in her emotional feelings, will go up to this big, huge man and start trying her damnness to beat the shit out of him in his chest. But what does the man do? He stands there and takes those hits because he's a man. So a man should be able to take certain hits from his woman, no matter how much it hurts his feelings, because a masculine man is not, his feelings are not going to be hurt by some words that a female say. And if it does, he's going to hide that shit because he knows she's just saying it because she's a female. Whatever, right? They're never going to not be emotional nuke bomb droppers. That's what women do. And we have black women who are the best at dropping nukes because they're the most powerful female energy on the planet. But us men need to remember that we are the most powerful masculine energy on the planet, and we need to start exercising that. If you want to be a leader, learn how to be a leader. Learn how to be a leader. If you want to be a teacher, learn how to be a teacher. Yelling at your students is not going to get them to understand their assignment. Right? If you want to preach to your women, learn how to be a preacher and preach the good word to her. Learn how to use your charisma. If you have any charisma, use your charisma. If you don't have any charisma, learn what charisma is, right? And practice getting some charisma, right? Learn how to use use her emotional spectrum to calm her down. Make her laugh, right? Take her emotion from that chaotic state and put it in a calm state. Once you do that, she's listening to you now. Right? Use your masculinity to woo her chaotic emotion over to you. Then explain to her calmly, with authority, but calmly and stoically, what it is that you expect from her. And if she can't do that thing, then she gets put to the wayside. Or she has to suffer the natural consequences of those actions. Say it in a calm way. Calm, cool, and collected is what us black men need to learn how to be. Right? So we can calm our black women down. So they can understand what it is that we want. I'm telling you, they will naturally calm down and they will come right over to you. They will allow you to lead. But right now, our women don't seem to have many choices on leaders. All they're seeing from their emotional spectrum is a bunch of female men that are very much unattractive. That's all they see. And keep in mind, these are your women. These are daughters. Remember, if any of y'all have daughters, your daughter's gonna have to deal with these type of men. Your sisters are gonna have to deal with these type of men. Pretend like these are your female family members, and how would you want a man to treat your sister, your daughter? How would you want a man to talk to your sister or your daughter or your mother when she's getting out of pocket? How would you expect that? How would you expect that interaction to take place? And then put yourself in their shoes. Right? Would you want somebody to be constantly disrespecting your sister or your mother on the internet for all these people to see so they can reinforce the negative stereotypes that they have? You wouldn't want that, right? It's different when it's your daughter. It's different when it's your sister. It's different when it's your mother. So why do you treat other people's sisters, mothers, and daughters that way? We have to learn community. And this goes for all men. Don't think it's just black women. Look, every single country, listen, every single country. Y'all think it's just really a black, y'all think it's a big epidemic within the African American community. It's not. It's the modern day community. Every country right now is having an existential crisis when it comes to the relationship between the woman and the man. The Arabs are having the same issue where the women want to be liberated to a certain extent because they've been oppressed by the Arabic man. So they're course correcting, right? And sometimes when you course correct, you overcorrect. Right? You got to find balance. The Asian community is having the exact same problem with their women trying to liberate themselves from the subjugation within their culture, and they're trying to course correct. but sometimes the women overcorrect, right? Same thing's happening in the white community. The white women are trying to liberate themselves from their white counterparts, right? But sometimes when you course correct, you overcorrect. And the same thing's happening in Africa, where African people, and here in Nigeria, I'm going to say it, here in Nigeria, some women don't have the rights, or they don't get to utilize the same rights as the men. And they want to be free. Sometimes you have to course correct. Sometimes it's going to overcorrect, right? And women have the right to be free. They're not our slaves. They're our partners. We must understand that you get rid of this. Christianity and Islam has ruined the relationship between the black man and the black woman in Africa and all over the world. It's ruined the relationship between many different racial groups in the world because it creates a dogma that should have never existed. It's all about balance. You're supposed to love and appreciate your woman. You know, if your woman does something wrong, you're supposed to say something to her, but you don't embarrass her in front of people. Even if your woman flips out in public, you don't flip out with her. You stay there and you stoic. You take it like a man. Take the hits like a man. But when you get home, you calmly, stoically, and strongly with your masculine energy, calmly explain to her what she did wrong and that you'd expect it to never happen again or else. It's just like that. And guess what she's going to do? She's going to maybe talk shit, but later on, she's going to sit there and think about what she did, and she's going to come to you when her emotions are ready, and she's going to apologize to you, or she's going to course correct to not do it again. She's going to think about it. But you have to let the woman's emotions calm down like a sea. You can't navigate through the ocean with a storm. You gotta wait for the waters to calm. Then you get to wherever you want to go. No problems. That's how you got to do it. All right. We got a lot of men that don't know how to be in relationships. We got a lot of men who really wish they can be in relationships and they can't seem to get into a relationship, and they're frustrated, and they have an avenue to go on the internet and express their frustrations, right? And it's getting mixed up with some of the men that's really just trying to educate these women, right? That's trying to say, hey, this is what we want. And listen, there's more women than men on the planet. Men have choices. There's no need for us to be upset with the women that's talking shit. Let them talk shit. Let them talk shit all by themselves. Because when they get old, they'll be all by themselves, right? If you be a man and you be on mission and you concentrate on what it is you want to do with your life, you concentrate on the mission that you have in life, a woman will come along and she will join you on that mission. It's just that simple. So for all you men out there, there's no need for us to disrespect our women. Let's put some respect in our women's name. Let's honor and praise our black women, our beautiful black women that's been holding us down, just like we've been holding them down. They want us to hold them down. They want us to hug them. They want us to squeeze them. They want us to protect them. They want us to love them because they really don't want any other man. They don't want any other man. They want us. They're frustrated because they can't get the best of us. And the ones that's so spoiled and think they're supposed to get some guy that's, makes $100 million trillion and that's 6 foot something tall and got a 12-inch freaking eggplant and that's both sensitive, romantic, and stoic at the same time. Guess what? Let them remain in their fantasies. Let them stay right there. Just look at them and just feel sorry for them because they're going to stay there. The women who want to continue on to have a loving relationship, they're going to find their way to a good man when they have good man options available to them. Anyway, that's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach them. I'm out.